for us, irrespective of political affiliation, to hammer out a common vision binding to all of how we should address our country's problems. We may soon need to have a summit of political and leaders of civil society to exchange ideas on how to take South Africa forward. Not only should we find solution to our current set of challenges, but most importantly, we must leave behind a prosperous country for future generations. Xa sisuka apha mntu ka-ANC funeka wazi le nto. Njengaba bantu babona belapha, asiqenqelekanga okomxoxozi silapha nje. Ibisithi bebebeke i-ANC kwipower. Sisithi kuye mayilungiselela abantu base-South Africa bonke. Namhlanje bayakwazi ukuthi abantu abathile abakhalayo ukuthi wayizi-racist. Namhlanje makufika sixelele uZuma ubona i-racist apha kule ndawo sikuyo. Apha siphila nepolisi kanye ibhiliva ngayo i-ANC. Ipolisi ye-non-racialism. Uba ngabe ufuna ukuyibona izoyibona apha namhlanje. After all banentomane besithuka besifanisa nayo yonke into. Kodwa phaya eParliament bahleli nabantu bebesibulala ama-National Party members. They are the members abo abahlala nazo abanye zi-ambassadors. Sukela namhlanje kufuneka siplani iprogram yongena eCape Town. Xa siyomkhupha phaya eParliament uZuma ngevote. Uphuma kwethu apho. Uphuma kwethu apho siyongena eKZN. Siyobaxelela abantu baphaya uba this is not a no-go zone area. ISouth Africa leni ikhululekile, siyawungena siyomela impompo, siyongena ezilalini, singena ezilokishini. Amandla! Mandla!
Viva South Africa, viva! Hi, Angnizwa. I want Jacob Zuma in the union buildings to hear that the people of South Africa are here now. Viva South Africa, viva! Viva! Puma Zuma, Puma! Puma Zuma, Puma! Hi, they tried to divide us. They told us we were racist. They told us we don't understand. Basitshela ukuthi if irandiliwe bazolidopa. They tried to divide us, but they failed. Looking out today, I see South Africans of all races. I see black South Africans, I see white South Africans, I see Indian South Africans, I see colored South Africans, I see red South Africans, I see blue South Africans, I see South Africans of every single party. Next, we will have a message from the ACDP. Viva ACDP, viva! Viva! Viva ACDP, viva! Viva!
Thank you. Can you just hold on to this for me? It's done. I want to take this opportunity to firstly thank everybody for coming through. My name is Wayne Thring, and I serve as the Deputy President of the African Christian Democratic Party. As we've heard, today is a day of history in the making. Today is a day when the people come together in a fashion such as this. And when the people of South Africa come together in a fashion such as this, we want to say as the ACDP, nothing shall be impossible for us to do. And at these union buildings today, let this day be marked as the beginning of the fall of the President, Mr. Jacob Zuma. In what was said to be a fast-track radical economic transformation move, the President of this country, Mr. Jacob Zuma, Mr. Zuma, Jacob Zuma, initiated a cabinet reshuffle. And this included the acting of Finance Minister, Pravin Gordhan and KBC Jonas,
The ACDP believes that this was the last straw that broke the camel's back and depleted the patience and the tolerance levels of many ordinary South Africans. We want to reiterate that this is not a racist march, and one can easily see that we have South Africans from all walks of life, irrespective of race, creed, color, religious background, or political affiliation. For Zuma to say that those who march against him are racist, let me repeat, for Zuma to say that those who march against him are racist, it is disingenuous and it is cheap politicking of the worst and the lowest form. What was Pravin's crime? It was none other than he was incorruptible. What was Pravin's crime? It was none other than he was competent, that he complied with the rules governing procurement as stipulated by the PMFA and the Constitution of South Africa. Mr. Gordon and his team, it appears, were too efficient and too competent for Zuma. Had Zuma wanted to improve the effectiveness and the efficiency of his cabinet, he should rather have chosen to replace incompetent ministers such as Faith Mutambi, Batabila Dlamini, and instead he chose to replace them. He chose to replace competent people with incompetent leaders. Political leaders must realize that they are the servants of the people. They are servant leaders. And a theorist once said that if leaders want to help, their goal is to help the people. And if they cannot help them, then for goodness sake, don't harm them. And what Zuma has done, he has brought harm to South Africa. And so we say united that it is time for Zuma to go.
Viva South Africa, viva! Zuma must fall. Zuma must fall. Amandla! Amandla! Ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Deputy President of ACDP, Uwayne Trail. Thank you very much, Mhlegas, for that input. Now we're going to call upon the President of the African People's Convention, Honorable Temba Gode, to come and address this gathering. Amandla! Amandla! Viva South Africa, viva! Viva ABC, viva!
Amandla! Amandla! Comrades, it is meet that we must speak the truth before we die. For we are nothing but tools of history. And when we are gone, history shall find new tools. Comrades, we are here because we say South Africa deserves better. South Africa deserves better than what it has. That public leadership must have moral authority. It must have integrity. And it must be accountable. We are here taking the first steps towards the self-determination of our people. We are here to say that the interests of our people, the poor people in the villages, in the townships, Emikukwini, those who are unemployed, must come first. Because for the last 20 years, the rich have become richer and the poor have become poorer. And the ructions that you see in the ruling party, it is a fight on who should loot and not in the service of our people. So let us all unite and mobilize and organize to ensure that there is change in the interest of our people. Amandla! Amandla! Thank you.
Amandla!
Viva Tembagoti, viva! Viva APC, viva! No, thank you very much. And if there are members of the ANC who are here or who are watching at home, we say you are welcome here. Hello, ANC, hello! Hello, ANC, hello! This is not an anti-ANC march. This is about removal of Zuma. We know all these parties here are democratic parties. We know that the ANC won the elections in 2014, and they are going to lose the elections in 2019. But before that happens, you say they must remove Zuma, Hag Vrystaat. So those people who are members of parliament, they must know that this is about that issue only. Amanda, we're now going to call members of civil society. There's an organization called United Democratic Front. It's represented by Mr. Tebogo Malema.
Malema, forward! Forward, Malema!
Amanda, protect treasury, protect treasury, protect union building, protect union building, protect our tax, protect. We are saying the journey begins last week. Last week, Friday, we started mobilizing civil society, political organizations, churches, and so forth. So now we are continuing.
Yes.
We are going to do the same that we did to Lucas Mangope, the same we did to Bota, the same we did to Mpepu. That's what we are going to do now. We are going to mobilize and vote for all opposition parties and win this country. We must liberate ourselves. Those jokes cooked us, who doesn't even know our country. They just come here and stole our money. And then these other ones, they say it's a youth league, what. They protect them. We are going to root them out. As civil society, we started to mobilize with opposition parties. Amanda, Maibuye Africa, Maibuye! Maibuye Africa, Maibuye! Balaga Zuma, Balaga! Thank you.
Viva UDF, viva! Viva UDF, viva! Advocate Mpofu was very clear. We're not saying that the ANC must get out of office. There's an election coming in 2019 and all we're saying is asimfuni lo Zuma. Asimfuni lo Zuma mkhipeni. We want a president who will make sure we have jobs, service delivery, and no corruption. So Nagapume. Next, we have Forum from Service Delivery, represented by Bob Kekana.
Amanda! Amanda! Awe Zuma awe! Atwe Zuma atwe! And citizens, we are here as Forum for Service Delivery to say we cannot take it anymore to a junk state, to a junk education, to a junk health service, to a junk everything. So we are saying Zuma must go today. Zuma must go today. And we are also saying to Dr. Makosini Khoza, we are behind you. Don't be a coward. On the 18th of April, you must pick up your mind. We are protected. You'll be protected. Amanda! Amanda! Viva South Africa! Viva! Pansi ngozuma pansi! Phezulu nge-South Africa phezulu! Sekuzolandela manje Deputy President wabazukulu National Freedom Party uBaba Kekane. Yabazukulu lapha. Amanda! Amanda! Viva Tina, viva! Viva sonke basila viva! Phansi ngoZuma phansi! Phansi leGupta
phansi futheke wena futheke. Compatriots, fellow South Africans, today we are answering the clarion call to stand united against the abuse of the state power by an individual who has shown that he does not have respect for our people or the constitution of this country. Phansi ngeZuma phansi, phansi ngeZuma phansi, phansi ngeGupta's phansi. Through our actions today, we are paying tribute to the stalwarts of our struggle for liberation and democracy by standing up and saying in one voice, enough is enough. Enough is it? Enough is it? Phansi ngeZuma phansi, phansi ngeGupta's phansi, phansi kabona phansi, futheke kabona futheke.
Amandla sibonge kwi-NFP sibonge siyaqhubeka bafethu maningi ama-parties la. Viva South Africa, viva! You, according to police record, you are now at 120,000. Zuma must go. 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 Amandla! Sizocela ozokhulumela i-AIC uMargaret Arnolds. Margaret Arnolds, AIC.
Amandla! Ebantwini! Comrades, the AIC is here today to say that Zuma must fall with immediate effect. He has done too much damage to the country. He has brought the country to junk status, and we cannot allow that. As South Africans, we need to take back our country. We need to take back what is ours and not his. I'm hoping where he is in Cape Town today, he's not enjoying his birthday, but he's thinking about moving out of the union buildings, out of the country, and take the Zuptas with him. Thank you.
Yo, mama, yo. Bye-bye, Zuma, bye-bye. Bye-bye, Zuma, bye-bye. Tell the person next to you, welcome to the farewell function of Zuma. Mtshele. Welcome to the farewell function of Zuma. Manje ke siyabonga sizobiza olandelayo Ntate Andries Tlowama Agang SA. Come on! Agang SA. Amanda! Today we are declaring that President Zuma, you are no longer our president. You are a president of the Guptas. Fellow South Africans, today we are saying to President Zuma, fellow South Africans, today we are declaring that Zuma, South Africans, today we are declaring that we are taking back our country. We are claiming back our country from the administration of Zuma. What I want to emphasize that the reshuffle that took place 2 weeks ago, it reflects a reshuffle that was made by a man who was under the influence of Nyaube. President Zuma, Jacob Gupta has reduced our country into a sham democracy. Fellow South Africans, we must push very hard. We must push, we must never surrender. Victory is certain. As long we are united as opposition parties, as civil society, we are going to achieve. And then we must emphasize today that this is not a racist march. It's a march of all South Africans who are concerned, who love their country so much.
Phansi ka Jimmy Manyi phansi. Phansi ka Khulu Busa Zuma phansi. Phansi ka Jacob Gupta phansi. We are taking back our country. We are taking back our country. Thank you very much.
Siyabonga Babu Andries. Ake sithini hamba Zuma hamba. Hamba Zuma hamba. Hayi ngathi abanye bayasaba nyanibona. Hamba Zuma hamba. Bye bye. Manje ke sizobiza Rihlobitsa Azapo, one of our struggle stalwarts, Professor Musala.
One South Africa, one Tanzania, one people, one nation, one struggle, one democracy, one freedom, one liberation, one South Africa. Amanda! This problem is big. This problem is deep. This problem, let me not speak good English. This problem is problematic. Don't tell people I said that. Our country is in trouble. Barrigas poor, the fish rots first in the head. Yes. So we have a problem. We have a rotten head. But you see, you can't just remove a rotten head and start to eat the body. You can't. When the head is rotten, you must throw away the whole fish. Amanda to you boys, Amanda. The last time I saw so many South Africans gathered together to declare who they are, what they want and what they don't want was at the funeral. Oh, okay. The last time I saw a gathering of this magnitude was at the funeral of Stephen Bantu Biko in September 1977. The second last time I saw a gathering of this magnitude was at the funeral of Comrade Chris Hani. We are not turning back, comrades. We are not turning back. Our land was compromised at Kempton Park in 1990 to 1994. Our people were betrayed there. We are not turning back. We want the land back. We want the economy back. We want democracy for our people. We want freedom for our people. We will go to 1919 to get the land back, the economy back, to get back our future. Our future was stolen. Amanda! 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 Eta! 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 Go left, go right, Yamasa! Eta! Eta! Now we are going to call, thank you comrades, Viva! We are going to call upon our next speaker from Inkatha Freedom Party. His name is Honorable Hlengwa. Hlegas, Zanga Pambili. Amanda! Viva South Africa! Viva! I speak on behalf of the Inkatha Freedom Party with the mandate of millions of South Africans. We stand in support of the National Day of Action,
because we stand for the future of our country. We are not willing to watch while our nation is led into darkness. We cannot stand by as our dreams are bent. The IFP knows that the stakes are too high for anybody to be passive. Ignorance is not bliss. Indeed, ignorance will destroy South Africa. I therefore call upon all of us, but especially the youth of South Africa, to search out the truth of what is happening. Don't be misled by those who tell you that junk status is a blessing in disguise, or that it doesn't matter, or that it is a trick by foreign powers, or that the rand can drop and they'll pick it up. There are very real repercussions for the economic downgrade for South Africa, and we are suffering because of Mr. Zuma. When the cost of bread goes up months later, remember who is responsible. When our families cannot make ends meet and the rand keeps losing value, let us not forget who did this to us. Comrades, nobody can deprive the president of his achievements as one of our freedom fighters, but he has proven again and again that he is not here to serve South Africa. He is a failed liberation fighter and he needs to go. The IFP supports a secret ballot on the 18th of April so that every MP can vote with their conscience. Then they will speak with the voice of the people, saying, Zuma must go. Vox Populi, Vox Dei. The voice of the people is the voice of God. Mshanas, you have overstayed your welcome. Take your bags and go. Sesikhathele uZuma sesikhathele. Sesikhathele uZuma sesikhathele. Sithi pakisha imithwalo yakho, pakisha amasaka akho, uhambe. Ngiyadizelela. We are here with a red card to say, Mr. Zuma, your time to go has come. Finally, those who read the Bible know that there's a part there, a phrase which says, Mene mene, tekel, ufasi. That's the message we live for the man from Kandla. And if it does not behave, because we are in charge there, we'll close water, we'll close electricity, we will punish him, because we have a mandate of the people. The people there who live with him rejected him. If your neighbors reject you, then it is incumbent on us who are far away to reject you. Hamba, Zuma, hamba!
Lead, young people, lead! Lead, young people, lead! Hey, you know, it is so amazing to see the lawns of the union buildings filled like this. The ANC last year had a march to the union buildings and they didn't even fill half of this lawn. It is because the ANC is a party that is dying. By ANC, no Zuma. Next, we will have a message from Cope from Ntate Lekota. Viva Ntate Lekota, viva!
Magahambe uZuma, magahambe. Hamba Zuma, hamba. Comrade, okokuqala mangamkele nje ukuthi ngibonge ukuthi abantu basuka kuwonke ama-political party angaphakathi kwiparlament nalawo angekho sihlangene sisonke la sizokhuluma kanjena siyinto yinye ngiyayibonga leyo nto. Okwesibili ngifuna ukuthi ngibonge ukuthi akho nhlobo yomuntu wase-South Africa ongekho apha, abamnyama abamhlophe. Ngifuna ukuthi ngisho lento nabantu abamhlophe, abantu base-South Africa Nabantu, even the people who speak Afrikaans, the majority of the people who speak Afrikaans are black. Yes. Afrikaans is the language of the people of South Africa, not of the National Party. Therefore, when they participate in the demand for a democratic government that respects the Constitution, they do so as the people of South Africa who have a right to do so. Ngifuna ukuthi ngisho umasina izolo ekhuluma endabeni kaChris Hani, ukhulumento exabene nesifundiso se-Freedom Charter esithi bona simnyama sibaningi sizonyathela. Leyo nto ixabene nepolicy ye-ANC eyakwa elapha ku-Freedom Charter. I-Freedom Charter ithi South Africa belongs to all who live in it, black and white. Sifuna ukuthi siyiphinde lento, sifuna South Africa moet terugkom en allemaal van ons blank en zwaar. Ons zoek de grondwet en de grondwet van allemaal van ons wat ons in Codesa onderhandel is. Ayekwe into ebala njena into yayizolo. Angathi umsholoza masithi phuma lapho umsholoza. Sikuphume lapho. Masiphume lapho uthi we are racist. Simnyama njengawe kodwa phuma lapho. Phuma lapho umsholozi. Abanye bathu simnyama ngaphezu kwakho. Phuma lapho. Phuma. Awuyenzi into efunwa yithina abantu base South Africa. Amandla siyaphambili eParliament nalabo be-ANC lapha eParliament bavote nathi bamkhiphe umkholozi ahambe. Mandla.
Unity, unity, unity is the power. Unity, unity, unity is the power. Unity.
Kopano Kimata. Unity, unity, unity is the power. Amanda! Viva South Africa, viva! Viva South Africa, viva!
Unity, unity, unity is the power. Unity.
Unity. Mandla! Mandla! Well, now sizabiza olandelayo maqabane. Dr. Sipho Pityana. We save South Africa azothetha nathi. Okay.
The people united will never be defeated. 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 Comrades and friends, this is a proud moment for South Africa. Yes. Our political leaders are telling us that South Africa counts more than their own political differences. Yes. They've brought us all together, regardless of which political party we belong to. Yes. Because they say to us, Langeni selendlini masilkupeni. Isela
Salkhupha endlini. These thieves, comrade, we allowed them to go into our pursuit of power. First, they started by stealing the people's grants from poor people, and we allowed them. And then they went and stole schools, because for every school that is built, there could be 3 schools that are built. So they steal money to build schools. So they went to steal money. They went to steal medicine from clinics, and we allowed them. And then they thought that no, we are cowards, we are going to allow them to steal and steal and steal. We have had enough of these thieves. And now they have decided that they are going to steal our country. They have captured the president. And through the president, they have captured the union buildings. And they think that they have captured our country. Senkinkomo magwalandini. Niyabesabana. 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 Phansi ngogupta phansi. Phansi ngogupta phansi. Madam Zuma out. Out with Zuma out. Out with Zuma out. Here is a warning to anybody who doesn't care to listen. We will fight. We will fight until the last drop of our blood to defend our motherland. Those who are threatening us, the peacetime revolutionaries have never seen us fight. They must try us and they will see how we will fight. Niyabe Sabana! Niyabe Sabana! Masina, you must know that you are not the only one who can fight. We can fight as well. Those thugs who disrupted our marchers in KwaZulu-Natal, who are with us, must know that Niyabe Sabana! Niyabe Sabana! We are a movement for peace. We are a movement to remove Zuma peacefully. Those who are against what we stand for must object peacefully. But they must not threaten us and imagine that we are going to be wished away. We are not. We are going to march like this tomorrow, and many more numbers will be out there on the streets when a vote of no confidence is being moved in Parliament. Viva South Africa, viva! Viva South Africa, viva! Save South Africa, save! Save South Africa, save!
Viva South Africa, viva! Manje ke sizobiza ulandelayo, and that is the Democratic Alliance Provincial Leader of Gauteng, Ubabu John Moodley. Come on, everybody!
Amandla! Amandla! The people are speaking. Jacob Zuma, you must go. Panzi Zuma, Panzi. Today is the National Day of Action. It is a statement of unity and intent across all political lines. South Africa is resolute and united that Jacob Zuma cannot continue as our president. He cannot occupy that office. I respect the office, but I cannot respect the corrupt man. South Africans from all walks of life, from all races, are united here today with one common cause. And this movement of the people is an expression of people's power, your power and my power. You see, the march started 5 days ago, and Zuma and his acolytes said that we are racist. Show me the racists here today. We are patriots. We stand united for a united South Africa. Jacob Zuma and his Guptas have robbed us dry. They are now embarking upon state capture of treasury, the last bastion
the last pillar of our democracy. And as a result, our economy is in junk status. But you know who's junk? Jacob Zuma's junk. South Africa is worth saving, and you and I will save South Africa. No amount of intimidation, no amount of threats by anybody will deter us as South Africans to free our people from the oppression of unemployment and poverty. Whilst Jacob Zuma and his Zuptas continue to build in Nkandlas and to feather their nests, they continue with this nuclear power, trillions of dollars project, whilst our people go hungry. It cannot continue. Zuma must fall. Zuma must fall. If there's one fall, Zuma must fall. Zuma must fall. Zuma must fall. Zuma must fall. If there's one message, I can continue to talk here about a lot of other things. If there's one message that has to go out very loud and clear to the ANC, and Zuma in particular today, is that it is time for him to pack his bags and move. Now the vote of no confidence is coming up in a few days' time. And I know that all the opposition parties will vote for Zuma to go. This is where patriots are counted. On that day, those ANC MPs that will be there will have to put South Africa first. That is their challenge. The challenge is Zuma or South Africa. And let you and I see if those people who serve us in Parliament are really truly patriots, or whether they are there to support Jacob Zuma and his ANC. My call is on this, more so to the provincial leadership of the ANC. You have publicly stated that Zuma must go. I am challenging you to demand of your MPs on that day to vote with opposition parties, and let's get rid of Jacob Zuma. Viva South Africa, viva! Viva South Africa, viva! Panzi Zuma, panzi! Panzi Zuma, panzi! Amandla! Matla! Karona! Matla! Karona! Matimba! Thank you very much. We must tell Zuma very loudly that we cannot fail. We do not fail. Those who think that this mission will fail must remember that when we said he was going to pay back the money, his response was, hey, 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 hey. And did he pay back the money? Did he pay back the money? So he must listen to us. When we are saying Zupta must fall, he's also going to fall. Zupta must fall. Zupta must fall. Zupta must fall. Mandla. All right, now I'm going to call somebody.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Who obviously does not need any introduction. Amanda! 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 Ayule South Africa, ayule! Ayule South Africa, ayule! Phansi ngo Jacob Zuma phansi! Phansi ngo Jacob Zuma phansi! Awuwe mucho amagodu, awuwe! Awuwe mucho ANC, awuwe! Thank you very much. Relabua, our fellow South Africans. Relabua, our leaders here who conducted themselves in a manner that proved to all that ours is the interest of South Africa and not petty politics. When the state of South Africa is threatened, we put aside our differences. We unite for the purpose of winning back our beautiful country. We must salute these leaders, because when we are united,
We will never be defeated by an illiterate president. Because Zuma is going to leave office, whether Warata or Arat. This office belongs to the people of South Africa. This office does not belong to a clan of Ngamalala. This is not Nkanda compound. He must go back to the village. Because more union building Zuma, the only job he can do better is to look after cattle. He doesn't belong here to the union building. Fellow South Africans, we don't have a memorandum because the person here who occupies this office can't read. So it will be a waste of time to present a memorandum to an illiterate someone who doesn't have a relationship with books. The man hates books, and therefore a memorandum will not be read by this clown occupying this office. So we don't want to waste anyone's time. And then we don't want to waste paper and ink, because this man will never read anything from us. So we're saying to you, this is not a once-off event. This is a rolling mass action. We are coming to Free State. We are coming to Western Cape. We are going to Eastern Cape. We are going to Mpumalanga. We are going to Northern Cape. We are going to Northwest. We are going to Limpopo. We are going to all big cities in South Africa. We are going to KwaZulu-Natal, because everyone in South Africa is tired of Makanda Kanda. So we don't want to leave any space unoccupied. So we must say here, if you call us racist, we are proud racist, because we don't want this man here. If not wanting Zuma is racism, then we are racist. If not wanting Zuma, you got money from white people, then we received money from white people. We are proud to have received that money from white people, because anyone who finances a fight against corruption, that person is a patriot. We don't care whether you are white, whether you are Indian, whether you are black. We are here to defend the future of our children. Hebari, we are a junk state. Barauri, Herkolotile Chelete, Hore Patele, the interest rates are on Adiagodim. So, Hedi Yagodim, Chelete la Verle Fayonaya social grants. Eka Sabahona, Kaurio Chiwa, Ya Patela Sikoloto. So, holy junk status, Ochopela Chelete Kante, Bago Wadima Marbar, Rewi Busha. The percentage jaona diagodi jwalo letibe le na le grandi social grants or geri du chiri ya fase ba re ke rena junk ora or di social grants di afela ora or di RDP house di afela ora or di joche bana ba di janko di kolong di afela letibe gore chelete yo patela skoloto se se tlabeng se tura ka baka la meshomo ya monna o boroto ka 2019 itloba etranta re ka boroto ka etranta ka gore batho ba ownang di bakery ba tlo gopela tšhelete kwa dibankeng gore ba patele tšhelete ko bankeng. They have to make money. Or price, in your house, in your shed, I'm not affected. But by ANC, they are misleading you, and they say This issue is an issue of white people. It's not an issue of white people alone. It's an issue that is going to hit the pocket of the poorest man on the street. It's an issue that is going to affect the poorest of the poor in the sheds. It's an issue that is going to affect the less paid workers. This is your issue. Pretoria, we are taking government in 2019. And when we take government in 2019, bread is going to be 80 rand. And you are going to blame us because of problems created by this man. So we must prevent it now before it becomes a nightmare for everyone. So this is not just a useless exercise. You came out in your numbers. You have sent a strong message. Your discipline has sent a strong message. We want these numbers again when we debate a motion of no confidence in Parliament in Cape Town. Our people must come out in their numbers to say enough is enough. We can't take it anymore. We want to thank our civil society, those who organized the march the previous Friday. We want to thank the unions, because without you, all of this will not be possible. The message is reaching home. Comrades, let's go fella pelo. Revolution is not a 21st birthday party. It takes time. Every time we sweat coming here, the results will be beautiful. One day you look back and say, our country was going to become a disaster. I took a stand and I said, not in my name, because this ANC is a mess. Now somebody says we are not fighting the ANC. We are fighting the ANC. This is a creation of the ANC. Stop blaming this one here. All of them, including the voters of the ANC, they are to be blamed for this mess. We want them in 2014, we want them in 2016. As a voter of the ANC, wherever you are, for sure you are proud of yourself, that you contributed to destroy this country. It's not late. You can join us now and say, not in my name, not in your name, that South Africa will become a banana republic. We must protect this country. It's not too late for ANC people to come. Stop mantashing. You say this, tomorrow you mantash. You change your mind on everything. We want to thank President Motlanthe. We want to thank President Mbeki for a clear message to members of Parliament. We are listening. We are listening to our leaders, and we will do as instructed by our leaders. Because every country has got elders. You are a mess if you don't listen to your elders. Thabo Mbeki has got no interest at all. Motlanthe has got no interest at all. His interest is South Africa. So let's listen to them. Members of the ANC in Parliament, we know you are cowards. I worked with all of you. You are cowards. I know all of you. I worked with all of them. They are cowards. But don't worry, we are arranging so that you are not exposed. General Olomesa is making arrangements for those cowards of the ANC so that they can do it secretly without their masters knowing. So cowards of the ANC, we've got you covered. The Constitutional Court must save life. Minister Sisulu was threatened. A person was paid money to go and kill her. that person went to her and told her that I'm giving money to come and kill you because you don't support Zuma. She has never said that openly, that she doesn't support Zuma. She has never said anything against Zuma. They just looked at her and how she walks, and they suspect that this one doesn't support Zuma. And then they hire a person to go and kill her. Imagine if she votes against them. And there is a proof from that electronic system in Parliament that she voted against Zuma. What will happen to her? The court of South Africa has got a responsibility to protect life. We must protect life. Parliament has got the responsibility to protect life. That's all we're asking from the Constitutional Court. That's all we're asking from Baleka Mbete. Protect life. People are threatened, but be guaranteed here, no one in the EFF is threatened. They will never take those chances of threatening anyone in the EFF. So, Mr. Pichane, even here, there is no incident of intimidation because the EFF is here. We don't do those things of rhetoric. We are very peaceful people. But don't try us. You must never test our patience. No one must try us, because no one has got a monopoly over violence. We are not scared of them. We are not scared of their police. We are not scared of their intelligence. We are not scared of their army, because we've got people on our side. And with people on our side, no one can defeat the will of black people. Fellow fighters, South Africans, it has started now. It's on. Let's continue to fight until Makanda Kanda is removed from these offices. When you leave here, go back home peacefully, in a disciplined manner. Mobilize. Go into communities. You must have small demonstrations in your own communities. You must demand that Zuma must go. In your own way, in a disciplined way, you must go and stand on bridges. Even if you are 4, even if you are 5, just hold a placard. Zuma must go. The message is very simple. Please, let's go back peacefully. Let us protect each other. Let's make sure that no one from amongst us here is hurt by criminal elements, because you are the most important people, South Africans. We don't love EFF more than South Africa. We formed EFF to rescue South Africa because we are in love with South Africa. Thank you very much.
Now we have Comrade Chabavu from Shosholoza.
Amandla! Amandla! Ilizwe! Comrades, I was a member of the ANC for 34 years. I was a member of the MK for 32 years. I have left the ANC. I have found a home, a true home, in Shosholoza Progressive Party. I am calling upon all members of the African National Congress to say, now we have a home away from home. Come and join Shosholoza Progressive Party. We are calling upon President Zuma to step down. We are willing to negotiate his exit. We negotiated the liberation of this country. We can negotiate his exit. We are calling for a Truth and Reconciliation Commission on corruption, so that all those people who have taken state money unlawfully must come to the commission and declare and must pay it back. We are saying Shosholoza for sure. Siyabangena. Shosholoza. Oh yeah. Sithi Zumuzo balega. Oh yeah. Amandla.
Siyabonga kakhulu. Please go back with discipline and peacefully. And we have shown today that without throwing a single stone, without firing a single bullet, we can make the person to go down. Zuma must. Zuma must. Zuma must. Zuma must. Emzabalazweni. 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 Emzabalazweni.
All right, well, sort of the last speaker there, hearing from Julius Malema, as the crowds have already started to disperse. And as EFF leader Julius Malema put it, he's urged them to disperse peacefully and in an orderly manner, and to go back to their communities and demand that Zuma must go. So really the message coming from Julius Malema, I think, sort of sums up what we saw today, this mobilized, disciplined, peaceful gathering of people that descended upon the lawns of the Union building. And Malema saying to, or sort of congratulating them for being disciplined, for being mobilized, and saying that they will take government in 2019, saying that this is not a useless exercise, that their discipline, that their numbers is something that is going to stand them instead for seeing the president step down. And he says they want to see those same numbers outside Parliament when they make their vote of no confidence against the president. Let's go now to our reporter Aldrin Sampear. He's standing by on the lawns of the Union buildings. Aldrin, a very disciplined, very united force that we saw out there today. All right, we're struggling just to pick up there with
parties that call on President Jacob Zuma to step down, coming from various political parties as well as civil society, who have all come in their numbers. And one must say that just looking at the sheer number of people who have arrived here in their numbers from different political affiliations, and earlier on as well, we saw private citizens who said they are not part of any political organization, but they have one call that President Jacob Zuma must resign. Julius Malema indicating that this mass action of today is not the last. He says that the party will be heading to various provinces where they will be calling on President Jacob Zuma to resign. He's also made a call on community members, saying that what community members should be doing, that they should have their own individual protest. But what interesting though is that what UDM leader Bantu Holomisa said, and I just quickly want to read it from his speech. He says, we can't continue marching forever. We must find a way to converge in under one roof to discuss South Africa's future. So one can see, although you have these political parties who've come out in their numbers calling on President Jacob Zuma to resign, the approach from now on going forward is different. Julius Malema, on the other hand, saying that there must be rolling mass action that will taking place up until the president resigns on on the other hand, you have the UDM that's arguing that...
All right, so we're just breaking away from Aldrin there as his, with the amount of noise around him, it's difficult to pick up exactly what he's been saying, but not an official count on numbers as yet, but from what we're picking up from police is that around 120,000 people were out there today. So it seems to have been a very, as I have said before, a united 120,000 people out there. It's been, by all accounts, it's been calm, it's been disciplined, it's been orderly. We also heard from one of our reporters earlier, Offences at Timor, saying that the CBD had been closed down, but not in a sort of threatening or intimidating way, but in a show of unity as the marchers made their way from the CBD to where we see them now on the lawns of the Union buildings. And we've been hearing from an array of speakers. And finally, just hearing there from Julius Malema, who said that this is not an EFF march. It's a march to essentially get the president to step down. He says that people are making a stand, that they are fighting the ANC, were his exact words, because they do not want the country to regress into more of a mess, is what Julius Malema was saying, that under the leadership of President Zuma, the country has turned into a mess, and he says that this is what they are trying to stop, and they're trying to save the country and trying to get South Africa back to where it should be. All right, so a lot coming out from Julius Malema there. We'll try and get Aldrin back for you to give you more on exactly what was coming out, as we heard from several speakers and several opposition party leaders saying that they're putting unity first, as we heard them there addressing the tens of thousands of marchers at the Union buildings. They're demanding that the president step down. So the speakers essentially pointing to public anger over government corruption scandals, record unemployment levels and slowing economic growth. President Zuma's recent cabinet reshuffle saw the former Finance Minister Pravin Gordhan being sacked, and which was of course followed by the downgrades of the country's credit rating into sub-investment grade. All right, let's go now to our reporter, Offences at Timor. He's also standing by, looking over the Union buildings. And Offensi, quite strong sentiments coming there from Julius Malema. Just take us through some of what he had to say.
Thank you very much, Natasha. Basically, what we heard from Julius Malema was the fact that most of the ANC MPs who actually want a secret ballot during the vote of no confidence against Jacob Zuma are actually cowards who want to hide from their masters when they make a conscious decision to actually protect the future of the country. And he also mentioned that if maybe his party takes over government and he becomes the president in the future, and South Africans find themselves in a situation where they can't even afford the price of bread, where maybe the price of bread is about 80 rands, they should remember the exact cause of the circumstances they will find themselves in the future. This due to the downgrade of our economy following the cabinet reshuffle by President Jacob Zuma. And some of the other interesting things that we've heard was a similar statement made by the IFP, saying the fact that they should remember who is the cause when the poor man on the street can no longer afford some of the basic things like your groceries, like even paying for the services. So they are saying that it's high time now a choice is made among South Africans to rally behind the call for the current president Jacob Zuma to actually stand down for the sake of the country's economy and for the sake of the people. It seems now we're actually coming to the end of the program, as most of the keynote speakers have given their speeches, and the crowd is actually dispersing in all different directions. It looks like the police are actually going to have an uphill battle in actually trying to maintain calm, as everyone is just moving in different directions. Earlier on, there was a fire that was caused there. We're not sure if maybe some of the protesters here were burning down the banners that they were holding, the placards that they were holding, but it looks like the fire was quickly extinguished and people are definitely moving out, Natasha.
Fense, thank you so much for that. Offenso Sitimo live from the Union Buildings. And as he says, and as you can see there, people starting to disperse, and Julius Malema just urging them to disperse in a peaceful and calm and orderly manner to go back to their communities and demand that President Zuma must go. Well, Nwako Ramatlhodi, the former Minister of Public Service and Administration, has resigned as an ANC MP. He was one of the ministers fired by the President in his cabinet reshuffle 2 weeks ago. Ramatlhodi now joins the ranks of former Transport Minister Dipew Peters, former Minister of Energy Tina Joemat-Pettersson, and former Deputy Minister of Finance SABC Jonas, who all resigned within hours of each other last week in the wake of losing their cabinet positions. Well, only the Democratic Alliance leader, Mmusi Maimane, can stop next week's motion of no confidence from going ahead. That's according